Now, 40 years ago today, a young man of 42 lay dying in a Los Angeles hospital. He wouldn't survive the night.
Only the night before, Robert F. Kennedy had won the California presidential primary, but within moments of these scenes, he was fatally shot in a nearby kitchen pantry. History says Sirhan Sirhan was Kennedy's lone gunman, but two forensic experts say a recently uncovered audio recording of the 1968 shooting reveals a second gunman also firing.
Sirhan prosecutor Lynn Compton isn't having any of that, though. He spoke with CNN's Max Foster.
Did you ever know, or did the prosecution ever get informed about this recording, the Pruszynski recording?
I never heard of it.
The LAPD did have it, apparently, this recording that we're talking about, the Pruszynski recording. That should have been handed over to the prosecutors, shouldn't it?
Well, I don't know. I'd have to know more about the circumstances. As a matter of fact, this business about this other recording, I don't remember hearing anything about it for several years after the thing occurred. In my memory, I don't have a good grasp of the time frame, but the room was so crowded with people, and there's no question in anybody's mind, that with any reasonable mind, but what Sirhan is the one that shot and killed Bobby Kennedy. Now, this business about somebody else being in the room shooting at the same time obviously didn't hit anybody because Sirhan's the gun from Sirhan, we accounted for the bullets and the holes and so on, and it would be awfully hard to convince me that there was another gun being fired in that room and nobody saw it or heard it.
Would you completely rule out the possibility then of a second shooting taking place in that room?
From what I know about the facts and the setup, yeah, I would rule it out, yeah.
I'm just wondering if you think there's any room to reopen this case at all, just based on the fact that people keep asking so many questions about this case.
No, I don't think so. There's people out there that are going to be asking questions. They're still talking about the JFK assassination. I mean, there's some people that are never going to let that drop, and there's some people who, they try to make money off of writing theories about conspiracies and so on. There's a lot of different motivations out there, but there's one thing that's for sure, that the prosecution and the police that investigated the case had absolutely no motivation to not investigate or explore any other reasonable evidence about somebody else being involved. And we offered Sirhan a deal early on that we'd let him go for life instead of death if he could come up with anybody. And his lawyers talked to him about it, and they were willing to go along with it, and they came back and they threw up their hands and they said, there isn't anybody else. He can't give you anybody else. We can't make the deal.
The voice of Lynn Compton. Well, tomorrow I'll be speaking with one of those who was shot alongside Robert Kennedy 40 years ago. Watch for my interview with Paul Schrade, a personal friend of Bobby Kennedy's, and you can see it at these times right here on CNN. Now, football.